Hello everyone, so welcome back to another video. So this is an update. I got a little bit of a better picture in the background. The last one was I think it was the try burning with no arms or something. But anyway, normally they're themed when I do stuff like this to kind of give an idea on how things are going. So here we've got Shiro on top of the ground Gundam, just sort of scanning the horizon. And this is a update on the situation with my hands, my tendonitis, or overused muscles in my arms. As you remember, on the previous update, or if you don't remember from the previous update, rather, what had happened was I'd been recommended by a member of my community to play Doom on PC without controller, with mouse and keyboard, basically. And me being stupid, I decided to take that challenge. Now, the one thing that's been annoying for me is the fact that I did that in the first place, mainly because there have been multiple times when I've said on stream I don't feel comfortable with mouse and keyboard anymore because it kind of hurts, and then I go and prove myself correct in that by hurting myself by playing Doom like an idiot, by taking it as a challenge and being like, okay, let's go for this. I should have just turned it down immediately. The thing is, like, what caused it, apart from just overuse, was how I use things. Like, I'm stretching large amounts with my little finger to try and hit certain keys, and all my hands ended up all over the keyboard while I was trying to play Doom, trying to stretch to various places. And this was already after I'd had a little bit of issues with overuse anyway, needed to rest. But I thought I was fine, and it ended up not being fine, and it ended up causing major damage to my arms in terms of feeling like my tendons were on fire originally, not being able to move my left wrist loads, rotating it towards my elbow in that kind of direction outwardly was incredibly painful. I couldn't do that. And over the course of about, I think it's 2 months now, just maybe over 2 months, since about April the 1st it happened, I've been doing almost nothing. And by almost, I mean, like, I've not wanted to completely stop. There was the first, I think, 2 to 3 weeks where I did nothing but just browse the internet. And by browse the internet, I mean just basically watch YouTube. Just a couple of clicks just to keep me entertained. Or I'd watch it on the PlayStation because I can navigate the menu without it hurting because it's a controller. And I had my arms strapped up loads. I've posted pictures on Discord about this, but basically I had my arms in splints, and because of my rare skin condition that I've got, which is known as EB, the splints were rubbing on my arms and risked basically ripping the skin off my arms, so I had to bandage them and then put the splints on, which caused problems with circulation, and it didn't help because when I was doing everything, I was deliberately tightening the bandages and the splints as much as possible to try and get quick recovery, and also because when there was a tight compression on the muscles, it felt better. It just felt a lot better. I've felt like my muscles have been cramped or incredibly stiff in my arms. It affected not just my wrists, but ended up affecting my elbows, my shoulders, and as a result, I started getting cramps all the way past my elbow, around my shoulder, and down to my wrists as well. And I've already said previously that because of massive overuse in the past, that my joints were all creaking like crazy and cracking, and it wasn't a good sign. The thing is, because of the current situation with DG cells, it's not as if I can go out. Like, I'm a high risk, so I don't really want to go out anywhere. So when things were getting really bad, when I was feeling tingling pains in my little finger and the one next to it, on both hands, I started to look up stuff online, primarily to see if I could get any idea what was going on, because at least if I had an idea, I might be able to find other ways of treating it better without going seeing a doctor, because trying to see a doctor here is a pain anyway without DG cells getting in the way. So that's when it got real bad, and I was like, I need to do something about this. So I rung the doctor, and the doctors asked me to go in for an X-ray, to which I refused, primarily because of them wanting me to go into a crowded area. I didn't want to risk it, to which they were surprised about that, and said that it might be a risk to my health if it's long term, to which I I turned around and just went, look, I don't care at the moment. I can have an X-ray or whatever. We can try and work on this when all of this is blown over. To which they said, you might want physiotherapy or whatever. That's where we'd normally send you first. And because of DG cells, it's not happening. So I sort of negotiated with them, said, look, I'm going to just keep resting and we'll see what happens, and then I'll decide. To which they agreed with me, they were fine. Which brings us back to current day, where I've been resting some more until yesterday. Now, this is because recently, apart from having my arms splintered, Jen was nice enough to order me some ice packs that can wrap around my wrists online. And previously, what I'd been doing to cope with this in the past, when it was just my hands and fingers from overuse, when I'd done long gaming sessions, was I'd make a bowl of boiling water and just shove my hands in and grit my teeth. And as stupid as it sounds, it used to work. It used to encourage blood flow and circulation. And even though my hands would come out red raw and piping hot with steam coming off them afterwards, after about 15 minutes or so, it fixed them almost instantly. And people were recommending me this and saying, look, have you done the hot and cold method? And the answer is, yeah, I'd done it previously. But these ice packs, man, these ice packs are brilliant. You put them in the freezer for like 2 hours, and then you put them on wherever is affected. It says you can put them on your upper arms, your wrists, your legs, wherever it's affecting you. And apparently they're supposed to work. And I was at the point recently of just trying anything, to get better. So I slapped these ice packs on after a couple of hours, and yeah, they're freezing. They make you grit your teeth as well, but these ice packs do really well. Like, the other day, because of them, I was able to feel like it was a little bit normal again, and that I was getting better. So instead, I've just got ice packs on my wrists constantly. When they go warm, I put them back in the freezer to freeze up again for a couple of hours, and then during that time, I don't use my hands as much when I'm waiting for the ice packs to go cold again. And then I put them back on my arms, and my arms feel normal again, and it's brilliant. The problem is, yesterday, because I was feeling that good, I went on a couple of games. I went on Command & Conquer, which wasn't too bad, but I ended up seeing noticeable effects from using the keyboard on that. And then I went on another game later on, similar to Devil May Cry, when it was off stream, and that was good. They were both long sessions, so it shows I can still play games for long periods of time. The thing is, I've not got to do that constantly over and over and over again, because otherwise I'm going to get back in the same situation. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another little break to kind of recover from that, just to make sure, because at this point, that was kind of stupid. In fact, it was really stupid of me, kind of going from nothing to 100%. The whole idea was to do things slowly to get my muscles working again and get them back used to using things and being able to actually work normally again without having to work and train my muscles up from nothing, because at the moment my left wrist it's not exactly strong again. Still feeling pretty weak, but it's getting better. So what I'm going to do is, instead, I'm still going to be doing a couple of streams, but I'm mainly going to be focusing on Worms and Command & Conquer and building my way up. I'm only going to be doing them for like an hour or so, just to make sure that I'm not overdoing it. I'm not going to go on anything else. Yesterday was more or less just a test. But yeah, I'm going to work my way up slowly and hopefully get back to normal. But these ice packs, they're a godsend compared to what I was working with before. So yeah, over these past 2 months, I've shown slow and steady progress. I don't want to ruin it, so I'll be taking it one step at a time and trying not to overdo it. The problem with me is I go from 0 to 120 rather than 100 It's like if I'm doing anything, normally I put all my effort into it, or normally I get carried away or something, and I'll just keep going. And I've not got to do that. So now at the moment, it's just a case of focusing on not overdoing it again. And I should hopefully, using that mindset and making sure I keep track of everything, I should hopefully recover real soon. And by real soon, I mean like within a month or so. So I'm really happy about that. I'm sorry to everybody that's either left my community or is not bothering anymore, or is kind of patiently waiting for me. I'm sorry I've not been putting out the content that you may want, like Gundam and stuff. It's been making me feel really, really down. Like the first month or so, I was feeling really depressed because I couldn't provide content for people, or I couldn't chill out with people. And it got me really depressed, primarily because everybody kind of... I know I've wanted people to be autonomous and do their own thing when I was around, but it felt like when I wasn't there to just chill out with everybody just kind of scattered or didn't talk to me. I don't know whether it's the current condition or not, but I just genuinely felt like everybody kind of deserted and didn't bother sort of talking to me, or I don't know whether everybody was just letting me recover because I did say it like publicly that I was gonna be taking the break from the PC or not. I might be taking that the wrong way, but it just felt kind of lonely and sad, you know? But yeah, anyway, I'm coming back, and I'm coming back slowly. It's going to be fun. These ice packs, man. Anyway, I'm going to get going. They need to be frozen again, so I'll see you soon. Bye.